Are 6.5 hours left to get it done, to make your life easier, to make your life safer. ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer live in Annapolis. He'll be watching every tick right down to sine die at midnight. Christian.
Well, we're getting some word here late that the mandatory sick leave bill is getting ready to head for final approval. So that's something that could wind up on the governor's desk that has been pretty controversial here in the 2016 legislative session. Just 6.5 hours to go, so it's not clear which bills are going to live and which ones are going to die on the vine at 12 o'clock when sine die is declared. Another bill that's gotten a lot of discussion is the Justice Reinvestment Act. What that does, it's a fancy word, but basically what it does is it reduces the mandatory minimum sentences for drug offenders, and some people instead sending those drug offenders, instead of sending them to prison, sending them into treatment. And some other elements of that bill would allow some inmates to be released sooner. It would remove those mandatory minimum sentences and also expunge more convictions. So there's been a lot of debate about that bill, but late word here this afternoon is that there's agreement in both chambers on that bill, which would send it to the governor's desk for signature. Another bill that's been talked about a lot is the Police Accountability Act. Remember, just after last year's session ended, without a police accountability bill passing, Freddie Gray was arrested in Baltimore City. So this year, supporters had hoped they might get a Police Accountability Bill Act through. Governor Hogan just held a news conference a short time ago, and he talked about that bill.
I understand there have been a lot of changes today, but I'm not up to speed with what exactly they might send us. I mean, I'm in favor of the compromise bill that was kind of agreed to between most groups and some of the police organizations as well, that the FOP supported along with some of the citizen accountability groups. I understand that some of the changes may make it not as acceptable and not as fair, but I haven't really read the legislation, and we'll have a month or so to think about that.
The sticking point on the police accountability bill has always been its proposal to add civilians, regular folks, to the trial boards that review police misconduct actions after they happen. Right now, it's only police from the various police agencies who review their own misconduct cases. And so there are some elements in that police accountability bill that both sides have agreed on, but there's been no agreement on that civilian to trial board proposal, and there's only 6.5 hours left. So the advocates of that bill at some point may have to decide whether they want to just take the portions of the bill that they've got and let that pass, potentially declare victory, or if they are willing to give up the whole thing for that one specific proposal. That's going to be one of the very interesting choices that's going to have to be made tonight, because sine die will be declared at midnight. Live in the State House, Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.
All right, Chris.